Blast me to Bermuda. It's time for Mad Merlin's video. Hello and welcome back. This is the second video in our Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Speed Duel deck profile review series. And we're going to start to Chazz things up with the Chazz Princeton deck. So just like in our Jaden video, we're going to look through all the cards in the deck, weigh up his skills, look at the strengths and weaknesses of the deck, and we'll also think about cards that we can improve the deck with. So we'll start with Chazz's skills. So as with all decks in the GX Speed Duels box, you get 2 skills. So this one is the Land of Ojama's skill, and basically allows you free access to the field spell Ojama Country, which allows you to send 1 Ojama from your hand to the graveyard to special summon 1 Ojama from your graveyard, and then while you control an Ojama monster, you can switch the original attack and defense of all monsters on the field. So not only does this allow you to get access to all the different Ojamas in the deck, it also allows them to be swapped from 0 attack to 1000 attack. And our second skill is the one I quite like the best of. It's Armed and Ready. So once per duel during the main phase, you can send a level monster you control to the graveyard, then special summon the level monster mentioned in its text from your hand, deck or graveyard as if it was summoned by its effect. So this allows you to upgrade your armed dragons from level 3 to 5 and up to 7, without meeting their normal level up conditions. But for armed dragons level 5, it's fairly easy to get out because you just need to have level 3 face up on the field, either way during your standby phase. But there's also a single tribute 2400 monster anyway. Armed Dragon level 7 is going to be a bit trickier to get out, especially if your opponent isn't running much in the way of monsters, and you can't get around to destroying one to trigger its level up ability. Okay, on to the monsters within the Chazz deck. So, straight up, what a surprise, we have the Ojama Trio, so yellow, green and black. These are just beast normal monsters with 0 attack and 1000 defense. Quite a few cards in the Chazz deck will focus on the Ojamas. Also, we have V Tiger Jet, which is our last normal monster. So it's a nice 1600, 1800 machine monster, level 4. So this is going to be your probably go-to beat stick for the deck. And 1/2 of the VW Tiger Catapult. Next we have Chiron the Mage, who's a level 4 beat stick of 1800 attack and has the bonus ability of discarding a spell card to target a spell trap your opponent controls and destroy it. So this is Chazz's field control basically for the deck. He's a not bad monster, good attack points like I said, and that bonus effect of helping to clear your opponent's field of spells. Next up we have the Armed Dragons family. So we start off with Armed Dragon level 3. So during your standby phase, you can send this card to the graveyard to special summon Armed Dragon level 5 from your deck or hand. So level 3 is just pretty basic, 1200 attack, 900 defense. So he's an okay-ish monster. This is where things start to get a little bit more dangerous, is Armed Dragon level 5. Excuse me. So you can send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard and target 1 monster your opponent controls with an attack less than or equal to that sent monster's attack. Then destroy the target. During the end phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle this turn, you can send this card to the graveyard and special summon Armed Dragon level 7 from your hand or deck. So this is Chazz's equal to Jaden's Thunder Giant pretty much. It does require you to send a high-powered monster from your hand to the graveyard to destroy 1 monster your opponent controls with a matching or less attack. But it's still a pretty good monster. I mean, level 5, 2400, as I said earlier, He's easy to get out and easy to beat down your opponent with. Finally, the Armed Dragon level 7 of the family is the second to highest level of the Armed Dragons. So this card cannot be normal summoned or set and must be special summoned by the effect of Armed Dragon level 5. You can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard to destroy all cards your opponent controls and attack less than or equal to that sent monster. So much like with his lower level self, you have to send a card with a high amount of attack points, but at least now you hit every monster your opponent controls as opposed to just one. So Armed Dragon level 7's 2800 points go to good use with his attacks anyway. There is the negative side of things where he can't be normal summoned or set and can only be special summoned by the effect of Armed Dragon level 5. There are of course other cards in Speed Duels that you can use to help boost your levels, which I'll be talking about when we get around to the improvements of the deck. Next up we have W-Wing Catapult, so this is the other half of the V-Tiger Catapult. So once per turn you can either target V-Tiger Jet you control, equip this card to it, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. The equipped monster will gain 400 attack and defense. So he's a pretty good level 4 monster, 1300, 1500, and like I said, in the effect, he's a way of supporting the V-Tiger Cat Jet. Last two cards in the deck. First off, we got Ojama Red. So when this guy is normal summoned, you can special summon up to 4 Ojamas from your hand in attack position. Not that good an effect, seeing as Speed Duels only has the field size of 3. But it's a handy ability, it allows you to special summon quite a few Ojamas from your hand straight to the field. And finally, Ojama Blue. So when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 Ojama cards from your deck to your hand. So this allows you to, gives you another way of adding the Ojamas from your deck to your hand. There's another one in the spells pile in a second. But other than that, it's the same as all the other Ojamas, 0 attack, 1000 defense. So when Land of Ojamas is out, you've at least got the switched attack and defense. But this is a handy searcher. Okay, on to Chazz's spells. We've got quite a few. So first up, Polymerization, much like with Jaden's. So it allows you to fusion summon one monster, sending materials from your field or hand to the graveyard in order to summon it. Next we got Ojama Delta Hurricane. So if you control Ojamas green, yellow and black, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. So this is Chazz's end all victory card, basically. Gives you a free wipe of your opponent's field, providing you control all of those Ojamas. Easy way of getting those Ojamas out is Ojama Magic, or Oja Magic, shall I say. So if this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard, add 1 Ojama green, yellow and black from your deck to your hand. The downside to this is you must always add 1 of each of those, so if you haven't got them in your deck, you can't activate the effect, which is what I'm going to get, which is one of the points I'll get to on the weaknesses side. We have Try White. So this turn targets 3 level 2 or lower monsters, normal monsters, in your graveyard. Then you special summon them. So it's a quick way of getting your Ojamas out if you can get them to the graveyard. And we have Oja Match. So this is a quick play spell. Send 1 Ojama card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Then add to your hand 1 Ojama monster with a different name and 1 Armed Dragon monster from your deck and or graveyard. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 of those monsters during your main phase. You can also banish this card from the graveyard and target 3 of your banished Ojama cards and shuffle them back into the deck and draw a card. So a rather handy card, allows some control to the deck. You get to modify your hand quite a bit by getting rid of 1 Ojama to add another Ojama and a Armed Dragon. You then have the added bonus of banishing this card and targeting 3 banished Ojamas. and adding them to your deck and drawing an extra card. So if you've lost your Jamas, you can add them back to your deck easy. This is the only card that will allow you to add them back into the deck. The deck could do with a few more like that. So moving on to traps. There's 4 in the deck. So we have Grave of Enkindling. So when a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, each player targets 1 monster in the graveyard. Each player then special summons that target in defense position, and that monster cannot change its battle positions. We then have Super Rush Recklessly. So target a beast monster you control and 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy that first target, and if you do, shuffle the second into the deck. So if your opponent's pulled out their ace card and you've only got a wimpy old Jama, he's not that wimpy because he can just Super Rush Recklessly in. We then have Spike Shield with Chains. So target a face-up monster on the field. Equip this card to that target and it gains 500 attack. If the equipped monster battles a defense position monster, it gains defense. Oh, if that monster, while in defense position, it gains defense equal to its attack during a damage calculation only. So much like with Skyscraper, it again only gives you the bonus in damage calculation. But while you're in defense position, you will gain extra defense equal to your attack. So even if you have an Ajama out with 0 attack and you've got it equipped with the spiked shield chain, you're still running at 1500 defense then. So there isn't a lot in Speed Duels at the moment that's going to be easy to overpower that. There's quite a few high level, high attack monsters in the Battle City box, but as it is, 1500 is going to be a good defense in GX. And finally we have Wall of Disruption, one of my favourite cards on Speed Duels actually. Also say, it's not with Speed Duels, it's, I've totally forgotten the name of the game, the app. Yeah, my brain's gone dead. Duel Links, there we go, I know I think of it. But yeah, one of my favourite cards on Duel Links. So when your opponent's monster declares an attack, all attack position monsters they control lose 800 attack for each monster they control. So pretty handy. Making your opponent lose 800 attack for every card they have is going to be putting them at a big disadvantage. So even 1 monster on the field, you will end up wiping out 800 points of their attack, which will put them at a bit of disadvantage to most of your cards. But the more they have, the more they'll lose. Finishing off the Chazz deck then, we just have a trio of fusions. So we got Jama King. Thank you very much. So this is a fusion of Ajama, yellow, black and green. Then you get to choose up to 3 of your opponent's unused monster zones, and those zones can't be used. 3000 defense as well is pretty good. It's basically just the 3 Ajamas mixed together. And then we get the ability of shrinking your opponent's field down. Next we have VW Tiger Catapult. So this is V Tiger Jet and W Wing Catapult. So must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control. You can discard 1 card, target 1 monster your opponent controls, and change that target's battle position. And you also get the bonus of not activating flip effects. So this is Chazz's first of his Fusion Union monsters. And it's a pretty good one. 2000 attack, 2100 defense. So he's good in either position. And again, it must be special summoned from the extra deck, so you can't special summon it in other ways. Oh, and it must first be special summoned, so you can't send it to the graveyard by a card effect and then summon it out of the graveyard. It has to be special summoned by banishing V Tiger Jet and W Wing Catapult. And then changing your opponent's battle position is a pretty good effect as well. You do have to pay up a card, but still changing your opponent's high level high attack, low defense monster from attack to defense, and then bashing it with VW Tiger Catapult is pretty good. And finally we have Ojama Knight, who's just a mildly weaker version of Ojama King, but he has the bonus of having fusion materials of only any 2 Ojama cards. So you can use red, blue, black, green, yellow, any of them in any combination. And you get to choose 2 of your opponent's unused monster zones, and those zones can't be used as long as it's face up on the field. Which is the one thing they haven't said, it's only while these cards are face up on the field. So once they go, their effects are gone as well. So that's it for all our Chazz cards. So we'll look now at the strengths of the deck. So you got some pretty good monsters in there, very powerful ones as well. The Union cards, while you only have the VW cards, they are still pretty good set to use. And you got some good swarm ability with the Ojama cards, and the Armed Dragons just add extra muscle to your deck. Weaknesses, there's very little hand control for returning cards from your hand to the deck, and there's not a lot of control of returning cards on the graveyard to the deck. You do have Oja Match, which allows you to banish it to return your banished Ojama cards to your deck, but there's not a lot in there. One of the other weaknesses to the deck is you only have 1 of every card, like most of these decks do. There's only 1 of every card for a starter deck. And it's hard to focus yourself onto the one strategy at a time because you've got so many other cards floating around the deck. And finally, there's not a lot of level support for the Armed Dragon cards. You literally have your skill armed and ready, and that is it in this deck. But this moves on nicely to improvements. So there's 2 ways you can go with this deck. Okay, 3 technically. 3 ways you can go with this deck. You can run pure Ojama. So double up on every Ojama card, double up on your poly, and your Ojama support spells and traps. The one card that is missing to complete the Ojama strategy is, of course, the Ojama Trio Trap card, which summons 3 Ojama tokens to your opponent's field. That would be a very important card to add to this deck, so hopefully it will be coming out soon in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX first booster series that they're going to be doing. Other cards to add is to add, if you've got the Battle City box, is to add the X, Y, and Z Union and Fusion cards from the Kyber deck to it, and focus the deck around those. You can also add cards like Frontline Base, Union Hanger, White Elephant's Gift, and Enchanted Fitting Room would go in the Ojama deck, so they'll be handy for that. Level Up you'd want to use in your Armed Dragon focus decks. And of course you got some nice traps here, Union Scramble, Rollout, and Formation Union, to help focus around the Union cards. So yeah. Also, if you want to go to the 3D XYZ route, again, double up on all the cards that are important to that. You only have 6 slots in your extra deck, so run really only 2 copies of VW XYZ and of course the big bad VW XYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon. So this could become Chazz's boss monster for that deck if you run your deck that way. There's also a copy of Ojama Country in there if you want to run your Ojama deck. And I think that's about it for Chazz support and the extra cards. Technically, Don Zalug is Chazz's. He does gain the entire Dark Scorpion set when he beats Don Zalug in a duel in Season 1. But other than that, that's pretty much all there is. There's not a lot of level support in the game at the moment. You've got level up and a few other level cards. But other than that, you are limited really at the moment. So yeah, 3 ways to go for the Chazz deck. Me, personally, I'm a big fan of the dragons. Armed dragon all day, every day. There is some nice spare dragon cards you can get in the various Kyber decks that could be beneficial to the deck. And I'd also probably build a Chazz deck focusing around the XYZs. There's no Chazz skill yet, but hopefully that will come in the near future. Okay, I think I've rambled on enough. So that was our little profile overview of the Chazz deck from the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Speed Duels Duel Academy box. If you have been enjoying these, please let me know if you'd like me to do Battle City ones. I will go through all the Battle City decks. Excuse me. And I also have all the starter deck decks as well. So next up, I'll be probably looking at Obelisk Blue side of things with a look at Alexis and Zane's decks. So all what's left for me to do then is to say thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. Also, if you'd like to help the channel out a little bit further, there's of course my affiliate link, buy me a coffee link, my social medias and my eBay page. Also, thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.